Good morning, boys and girls. Today's hat day. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to read a story and Bandit's going to watch. Say hi, Bandit. Hi. This is another variation of the Three Little Pigs. This is called The Three Little Aliens and the Big Bad Robot. So again, you'll have three together, then you'll have a character that's against them. And again, I can't remember who read this one in class, but I think it's going to be good. It's written by Margaret McNamara and Mark Fearing. And I like it because they show all the planets. There's Earth right there in the mix. So already I'm thinking the setting is going to be outer space. Here's the title page, The Three Little Aliens and the Big Bad Robots. And the copyright is right here. It was written in 2011. Here we go. Once there was a mama alien who had three little aliens. They were called Bork, Gork, and Nazaquak. I can't even pronounce it. It has no vowels in it, so it doesn't make sense. Bork, Gork, and Nazagoth grew up in an old-fashioned house in a snug, cozy crater on a tiny little planet. As the eons passed, their house became too crowded. So that's what's going to happen now. The mom's going to tell them to move out. It's time for you to go out into the universe and find a planet of your own, their mama told them, giving each a hug. But remember, watch out for the big bad robot. It wants to chew you up. So again, in this story, the mom's warning them, like in the story I read. So Bork, Gork, and Nazgak took off. So there they are, taking off, going to other planets. Bye, Mama, they cried. Bye, kids, she shouted back. Always stick together, she added, and then she sniffled a little bit and call me every once in a while. The three little aliens traveled far and fast. There's a cute planet, said Bork. Oh, that's too hot, said Nazgak. How about that one, said Gork. That's too crowded, said Nazgak. They darted around the meteor. Are we there yet, asked Bork. Just past the next bend, a big planet swirling with dust loomed into view. Bork spotted a shiny space rover zipping around the mountains and plains. Awesome, she said. I'm going to go live in that. Bork had already zipped too far away to hear. So there she goes. She's found her house. This must be like the straw house, like the weak one. Nazgak and Gork traveled on. Nazgak didn't like the looks of the next planet either. Nowhere to breathe, he gasped. Ah, you're picky, Gork said. And then just ahead, he spied a giant planet with huge golden rings around it. Oh, this must be Saturn with the rings. He jumped on a passing satellite and caught a ride as a ring. Whee! He squealed. This is what I call home. We can't live on a ring that goes around in circles, yelled Nazgak. Wait, we'll get dizzy. But Gork wasn't paying attention. Now Nazgak was all alone. He traveled deeper and deeper in space until he spotted a massive blue planet far out in the galaxy. It had 13 moons and refreshing breezes. So this one. That faraway planet is where I'll build my home, he said. It'll be safe from the big bad robot. So I'm wondering if that's Neptune. I think Neptune is called the blue planet. Nazgak found everything he needed to make sturdy walls. He gathered stardust to keep his home bright and found solar planets to keep it warm. Then he grabbed a tall, shiny telescope. This will do for a chimney, he said, though no one heard him. Rock by rock and row by row, Nazgak built a perfect home. When he was finished, he sat down and he locked the door. His house was not very zippy or cool, but it was very safe, and there was room enough for all the three aliens. I hope they come to visit me soon, cried Nazgak. So it sounds like he has the most sturdy house. Then galactic dawn, there was a rumbling in the universe. Uh-oh. I like this. It goes. And this says, deep bonk, meep, peedly, deep dork, eep. It was the big bad robot. Bork was so busy on her swirling red planet that she couldn't hear the robot's call. She didn't feel its giant footsteps as he leapt from star to star. And she didn't see the robot. Uh-oh, so there she is. And there's his big feet. Until it was right in front of her rover. Now, I wonder if he's going to say, I'll huff and I'll puff, like my story did, or if we'll have some kind of refrain in this story. Little alien, bleeped the robot. Pull over, pull over. So there's his saying. Not by the wheels of my trusty space rover, cried Bark bravely. Then I'll crack and I'll smack and I'll whack your house down, meeped the robot. Uh-oh. And just like that, the robot cracked and smacked and whacked Bork's shiny rover into 100 pieces. Greep, bonk, meep, peedly deep, doop, or beep. As fast as the speed of sound, Bork jetted away and the robot closed behind her. Just as the robot was about to eat her up, she spotted Gork's satellite house. Gork, Gork, help me, she cried. So this one's different from mine. She did not get eaten. But Gork was having so much fun surfing the rings of the giant planet that he didn't hear Bork's cries. He didn't see the robot chomping on comets and ripping open black holes until the big bad robot caught Gork's satellite in his huge metal claw. Little alien, it boinked, come out of hiding. Not by the orbit of this ring I'm riding, cried Gork stoutly. Then I'll shatter and clatter and scatter your house down, goinked the robot. And before Gork could fly beneath the radar, that robot clattered and scattered and shattered Gork's satellite into 1,000 pieces. Greek, boink, neep, oink, deep, beedly, eep, eep, eep. Gork barely escaped. Over here, cried Bork, stick together. At the speed of light, Bork and Gork blasted out into space with the big bad robot getting closer all the time. Where can we hide? Asked Gork. Let's find Nabazibi, cried Bork. He'll know what to do. Now they're going to the third one. Nazit had heard the robot's roar. He had seen what was going on with his brother and sister through his telescope, and he was ready. He flashed his solar panels halfway across the universe. There he is, cried Bork and Gork, and they zoomed into Nazik's house as fast as a hurtling asteroid. Get inside, cried Nazrik. No time to waste. Oh, look what's coming in the background. No sooner had Bork and Gork slammed Nazrik's solid space rock door than he had heard the robot rumbling. Little alien, he squeaked. Let me come in. Uh-oh. What's going to happen? Is he going to get him? Not by the slime of my chinny chin chin, cried Nazwick. Then I'll smack and I'll crack and I'll whack your house down, zeeked the robot. The big bad robot bashed and crashed Nazwick's strong, solid house, but nothing happened. Then it pounded and smashed really hard. Not a crack. Then it loaded up its triple blaster and zonked the house, but good. That house would not fall down. So the robot forced its way into the little alien's house, right into the chimney. Oh, this reminds me of the wolf going down the chimney. The aliens covered their ears and waited for the robot to chomp them. Now they're covering their ears. Spitting down the chimney. Look at that picture. He's like squeezing in. But halfway down the telescope, that robot got stuck tight. It strained and it struggled. It moaned and it groaned. Nazwick's house shook and shuddered, but did it fall down? It did not. The robot gave one more mighty cry and burst into 1,000,000 pieces. Cool, said Bork. Awesome, said Gork. Just as I planned, said Nazwick. There just was one thing missing, said Bork. What do you think's missing? The mother? I have not read this. I'm making a prediction. They're going to call Mom. Aw, phone home, said Gork. So Nazwick did. Ma, he said, we have the coziest house in the galaxy. Will you come on over and tuck us in? Aw, so Mom came back. Look at the doggy with 3 eyes. And then this talks about how they put a little bit of science into the book, and they did it as the 3 little pigs too. All right, so there's your read aloud for today. And look at Bandit. Can you say hi? All right, boys and girls. I'll be back soon. Bye.